Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A family whose home had begun collapsing around them, forced to leave for their own safety as the defenders reveal where the landlord has been all this time.
And as COVID-19 case numbers keep going up, a troubling trend is emerging involving younger people. The coronavirus tops our news here at 6 o'clock. We'll get to the major developments involving return to school plans coming up in just a few moments.
But first, we need to look at the numbers. 373 new cases, a total of 63,870 total cases thus far. There have been 32 additional deaths for a total of 5,947 lives lost in our state.
And because of the rise in cases, Governor Whitmer says the entire state will not be able to move to phase 5 of reopening by the 4th of July weekend, but she is easing visitor restrictions on nursing homes and other long-term care facilities. Exceptions can now be made for visits with residents who are in serious or critical condition or hospice care, or for those who assist healthier residents with activities of daily living. At the national level, Dr. Anthony Fauci says right now the U.S. is seeing around 40,000 new cases every day, a number that could rise to 100,000 if something doesn't change quickly.
And this is the kind of scene Fauci says has to stop. At 5:30, we showed you this video from inside Royal Oaks Fifth Avenue Brewery. This was from over the weekend. You see, packed house, hard to find much social distancing taking place.
Yeah, and in fact, the state's chief medical executive revealed today that infections among younger people in Michigan are rapidly increasing.
Early in the outbreak, most new cases were occurring in people who are under the age of 50. But in June, that changed. The rate of new cases is now higher for people under the age of 50. And in the past 2 weeks, the rate of new cases is highest in people ages 20 to 29. 23% of cases in the month of June were in this age group, 20 to 29.
Really interesting. Yeah. Dr. Frank McGeorge is here to kind of break down this really what is a troubling trend, Doc.
Absolutely, Kim. You know, the outbreak linked to Harper's Bar in Lansing, now at over 100 cases, is a perfect example of how social behaviors more common among younger people quickly contribute to increased transmission. Unfortunately, though, the Harper situation is being replicated in communities across the state and the country.
Monday, the My Safe Start dashboard indicated that the risk phase for Lansing has been increased to high risk due to the recent one-week increase above 40 new daily cases per million. More to the point, you can see the distribution of cases by age group in Ingham County clearly shows a dominance in the 20 to 29-year-old age group. Very different than the statewide graph of cases by age that shows the more typical spread of cases we've seen during earlier months in the outbreak. Now, nationwide, other states have noted a similar shift of increasing cases among younger people. The biggest concern is that this is leading to serious illnesses in these people. A hospital in the Houston area, where cases have spiked dangerously high, reported that 60% of hospitalized COVID-19 patients are under the age of 50. Now, in line with that, the CDC's data shows that between April of this year and last week, the percentage of people between 18 and 49 who were hospitalized with COVID-19 increased from a low of 21% to 35%. This increase is likely related to the behaviors of younger people, not because of anything related to the virus itself. Older people are likely doing a better job of protecting themselves, and younger people are more likely to congregate without proper precautions.
Now, the message going out to young people, please wear a mask and distance yourselves. Do it for yourself. You aren't invincible, and the hospitalization data really shows that. Or do it for the higher risk loved ones in your life who might be infected. But finally, just do it because it's frankly the right thing. Don't ruin it for everyone. If we do not slow the spread, we will be heading for another shutdown.
Yeah. A few weeks ago, Frank, we were worried about little kids and coronavirus. Is there any change in the percentage of hospitalizations in children, under the age of 18, say?
Well, the CDC data says that since April, that number has crept up slightly. It was as low as 0.2%. It is now hovering around 1.2%. It's a very small increase of only 1%, but still something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, indeed. Okay. Thanks, Doc.
Well, if we see so many adults in their 20s not practicing social distancing or wearing masks, do we expect kids to? That's one question that parents are asking as the governor revealed her return to school plan for the fall. We've put that, by the way, the entire 65, I think it is, page document at clickondetroit.com. But Steve Garagiola back with us now with how some parents and teachers are reacting to what they've heard so far. Steve.
Yeah, you know, Devin and Kimberly, with these rising numbers, I talked to a lot of skeptical parents and teachers today about how this is going to work. Everybody wants it to work out well. There's a difference of opinion as to how to make it work out well, but everybody is in agreement they would like to give children something that at least starts to resemble normal.
I miss the kids. I miss that interaction. I miss seeing those light bulb moments where they get it.
They need that social interaction. They need a little bit of normalcy for their own mental well-being.
We want to go back to schools. All of us do. But in order to do that, we have to do it the right way.
And therein lies the challenge. Social distancing will be a big part of the plan. Smaller classes. Some of the teachers I've spoken with wonder how exactly that's going to happen.
I don't know how in the world we're going to be able to do the social distancing if they don't hire a bunch more teachers. Are we going to split up one class into 3 groups and they'll be in different classrooms? I don't think we have enough classrooms.
As far as the kids following all the guidelines, parents and teachers are skeptical.
I can't expect my 4-year-old to wear a mask all day at school. And I can't expect him to keep a social distance from friends that he hasn't seen since March. I mean, he's been alone since March.
I have a 4-year-old. He's going to be in young 5s next year. I have a 7-year-old going into 2nd grade. And then I have a middle schooler. So I can see my middle schooler I can see my middle schooler following the rules, but I don't know about them. I don't know if they can, you know?
Mom, look at I ate the mouse.
Nervous, uncertain, but everyone involved certainly hopeful that it can work.
I want it to work so badly because I want to go back. I just don't know how it's going to be possible in order to be safe enough for everybody.
Just be thankful you don't have young children anymore.
And she is right about that. I am grateful my girls are grown because I feel for the parents of children who are struggling with this strange new world of coronavirus. It's a scary place for everybody. Reporting live, I'm Steve Garagiola, Local 4.
So right, Steve. All right, breaking news now just in from Detroit's west side where police are investigating shots fired on the freeway. This is Sky 4 live over the scene on I-94. Police say a driver fired at a vehicle on eastbound I-94. This is near Livernois. And right now the eastbound lanes are shut down as state troopers search that area for possible evidence in the case. Now, no one was hurt. Important to point that out. But the investigation continues and eastbound 94 shut down at Livernois. We will have more as we learn more.
Well, yesterday here at 6, we showed you a Detroit home falling apart around the family of 3 who've been renting it. The landlord was nowhere to be found, so they reached out to Local 4 defenders for help. Well, today that family was forced to pack up whatever belongings they could and leave for their own safety. Local 4 defender Sean Lay reports on the efforts to give them somewhere safe to live.
Well, just imagine being told to grab a bag and start filling it with pieces of your life. Your home has been condemned and you're out. It's what's happening to a family who was living here. Tonight, you can really feel their stress. Defenders cameras are there on West Philadelphia as city inspectors, Detroit police, and big-hearted Detroiters all here to help one mom. Nikki Hunter is hot. She's worried about her teen daughter, Tiffany, and 77-year-old mom.
I am very stressed. I think I'm losing my mind.
Hunter's life came crashing down when the front of her rental home came crashing down outside, revealing unlivable conditions inside. Today, she's struggling to reduce her life into just a few bags.
They told us we have to grab what we can. They condemned the house.
She is staying strong outside of the home. Inside, you can feel the stress she is under.
We basically about to lose everything. We only can grab what we can get.
But tonight, she is not alone. Orlando Robinson rehabs homes. He's here to get this family into a safe home for the time being.
I want you to go over there and see that house. That might be the one that I can give to you guys.
And then find a permanent home to fix up for Nikki, Tiffany, and Mom Eva.
And perhaps rehab that house, a community effort, and present them with a new house in the city for them to live in.
With all this going on, Detroit police and building inspectors are looking for the landlord.
So he was upstairs the whole time?
He was upstairs the whole time.
He is in the home. He's not coming out to face Nikki, to face the defenders, to face serious fines. A lot for one mom to deal with. Bottom line, tonight the Hunter family is safe.
I usually don't want to be the one crying on Facebook, but this is heartbreaking.
Well, before retreating back into the home, that landlord tells the defenders he was trying to fix it up and then things just went wrong. The city says they are writing him up for violation after violation. From Detroit's West Side, Sean Lay, Local 4 Defenders.
All right, Sean. For many, Thursday is the day they've been waiting for because it brings the option for lower auto insurance rates, but it is not as simple as an instant discount. To break it all down, we bring in our business editor and certified financial planner, Rod Maloney, for a tutorial on how to deal with this insurance reform. Rod.
Devin, let's keep it simple. You have two choices concerning PIP and liability. Choice number one surrounds personal injury protection, the coverage for accident injuries. And you're going to want to look to see if you have what's called coordinated coverage. That means medical insurance, the state calls it qualified medical coverage, like Blue Cross or another medical insurance carrier that specifically tells you it covers auto accidents. And that means you can opt out of PIP. It's vitally important you check with your medical insurer and make absolutely certain your coverage is good and the deductible is $6,000 or less. If not, you can then choose to either keep unlimited coverage or reduce coverage and premiums to lesser amounts, $500,000, $250,000, or $50,000 if you're on Medicaid. The second choice surrounds liability coverage. The old law from the 70s required $20,000 per person and $40,000 for all persons coverage. Starting July 2nd, it goes to $50,000 per person and $100,000 all injured single accident. Anita Fox is the Michigan Director of Insurance and Financial Services.
If you do not make a choice, you will get a default level that's higher than that of $250,000 per person, $500,000 for everyone injured in the accident, and you'll pay a correspondingly higher premium unless you go back in and change it.
AAA's Dan Schrock says none of this is simple, easy, or quick.
It's taken about 45 minutes to an hour to educate a consumer and let them know what their options are, make an educated choice.
So here's what you do. Go to clickondetroit.com. We have a full page with all of the information you need to make an informed decision. Then pick up the phone, call your agent, call your insurance company, and start asking the questions that you know to ask from all the information you read. And then above all, shop your insurance. There are 100 companies in the state of Michigan who sell this kind of insurance. You want to shop around to get an even better rate. Reporting live in West Bloomfield, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, Rod, you really will need to tailor that to your life. Not one size fits everybody.
Good advice. All right.
Yep.
Well, if it seems hot outside, it is. But brace yourself because here come the 90s. Hi, Ben.
Yeah, Kim, just you wait. We've got plenty of heat, but some of us could go more than 10 days without a drop of rain. We'll look at the precipitation chances coming up.
Delta Airlines making a move that is now being celebrated by the medical community. I'll show you what's being done on board to improve passenger safety. It's coming up tonight in my Help Me Hank report.